Alright, hello. Got another gameplay for you guys today, and I kind of wanted to carry on the trend
Prepare
of
for battle.
agility carries, or hard carries in this game, because there's a lot of really fun hard carries to play, but people don't really know how to play them, and they're arguably the hardest role in the game to play, followed close second, I'd say, by supports. But the reason they're so hard is because they require two things. They require levels and gold. Or items. If you see a Rubik at 25 minutes with a wand and arcane boots, he can do his job. He can play his role and actually be viable to the team. But if you see a Medusa at 25 minutes with a wand and treads, it's laughable. You know, you're not gonna contribute to the team at all. So you typically need 20 to 25 minutes of really good play, you know, dying as few times as possible, getting as many kills, as much farm as possible. And I don't know if you guys are anything like me, if you're not playing, you know, in really high MMR, you don't really get the space created to farm. Even when you go safe lane, it's usually a 2v2, and, you know, it's kind of a gamble as to whether you're gonna get the space to farm or not. So, I showed Terrorblade the other day, and I'm gonna show Medusa today, and then I have a plan to show Spectre soon. And maybe more in the future. But anyway, this is how I like to play Medusa in the hard carry role, you know, getting the kind of space I need in order to get the big items. So this is actually a tip I saw on Navi's page. You can check out on their channel. It's Jungle Medusa, or Ancient Farming Medusa. And as you'll see, this is really all you need to start it off. You just got to get Observer Wards and a Quelling Blade. Anything else is just bonus. And here I'm just waiting to stack the camps so I can get as much out of it as possible. Just stack it anywhere between like 52 and 56 and you should get the stack off. Usually by 53, 54 is good. You put to place a ward here, and if you saw, I cut down the tree here and then these three trees here, and basically you just get split shot first and you just start auto-attacking from here. Now this isn't always perfect, sometimes you will get attacked from here. You just kind of move around a bit. The more you do this, the better you get. You can see I'm getting attacked here. They do a lot of damage early, so you just gotta, you know, play it safe. And there's some pros and cons to this. I usually get 20 minutes of safe farming when I play this strat, so it's really helpful. It means I have a very low chance of dying. Ancients give a lot of XP and gold, and here I'm just waiting to stack the camp again. A lot of XP and gold without any sort of competition. Like, I'm just free. As long as I do everything right, I'm free to just farm this to my heart's content. So it's really good strat. This is the most enjoyment I've ever got out of playing Medusa, just because playing her in lane is kind of hit and miss. So some of the weaknesses are that typically you need 20 minutes in the jungle before you can kind of contribute. You're not like a Nature's Prophet who can kind of just start TPing and helping out the team, you know, 10 minutes into the game. So your teammates have to really know that they're going to be playing a 4v5 until like about 20 minutes. But once 20 minutes, 25 minutes comes along and you come out of the jungle, you've got Lincoln Sphere, Manta, and Treads, you start to just destroy teams. Unfortunately, with the newest like mass patch, teams like to 5-man sooner than they normally do, so this is kind of hurts the strat. But to be honest, it's not really that big of a deal. We suffer through that here, as you'll see. The team kind of has to play smart and play together in order to really get, you know, to really not lose early, and then late game is guaranteed by me. So I failed to stack there. Stack this as many times as possible, but early on these are hard to kill, so it's okay if you miss a stack or two. And the items you're looking to go for first, you want to go for Yasha as soon as possible, and a Hand of Midas is usually what I like to go. Because with a Hand of Midas you can go here on the map. I can't really ping right now. You'll see later on I go there. But you can kind of peruse across the lane, and you can start taking jungle camps as well. Jumble camps. So it's a really good kind of combination. You get the ancients, and then finally when you can start taking ancients really well, you can swap over to the jungle. So it just works really, really well together. So here I'm stacking it again, getting some shots. Also, know that split shot reduces your incoming or your outgoing damage. So if you're just attacking one target, turn split shot off. There's really no point. And so basically just one thing is always just keep up communication with your team, right? They've got to kind of understand that you're gonna be doing this for a while, right? Even in a normal game, normally you just spend your time in lane, you know, farming anyways. So it's not like you're any less valuable than in a normal game. It's just that, you know, you need that space. So unfortunately, you can see here too on the map, they're already having 4 people roam bottom. This TA kept roaming and getting a lot of kills, so yeah, there's the double kill. This TA gets pretty fed, but we'll see how it goes. Basically, you just want attack speed and agility as soon as possible. If you see in the Na'Vi video, they do they talk about getting Blade of Alacrity, Band of Elven Skin, and then the Gloves of Haste, which you can turn into. I like to turn it into Hand of Midas. You can turn it into
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Also, you got to remember to cut down this tree here
is under attack
because it starts to limit your vision. So just cut that down. Also, you'll notice some of these trees start respawning. It slows you down, but as long as you don't miss any stacks or anything,
is under attack.
It's not a big deal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. The roaming's kind of hurting us for manning bottom. And so here I'm just waiting for the stack again. Here we go. That's never a good thing to see.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
TA's one of those kind of... There, I accidentally failed the stack. I think if you saw the dragon was stuck. Sometimes they get stuck like here, so it happens. But yeah, TA is agility, so you never want to see, even though she plays mid, just because of her skill set, it's never something you want to see. And as for skill build, I usually just max split shot because you want your outgoing damage to be as much as possible. I don't really get anything in Mystic Snake yet. I just got to get Mana Shield up as soon as possible. Like Mystic Snake is very good. If you're in lane, I highly recommend getting Mystic Snake. I've seen people win lanes just because of Mystic Snake with Medusa. So here I've got my Hand of Midas. I just went for that first in this case. So most of the time I do go Gloves of Haste, Yasha, then Hand of Midas. But this time I had an advantage. I was getting a lot of gold very fast, so Hand of Midas. And as you can see, it just helps get these 2 camps here. And because of the rotation too, with the new they swapped the camps. Oh, this has been around for a while, but because they swapped the camps, you've got 2 high priority camps side by side, so it just makes it even better than it used to be. And as for first big items, it's kind of a toss-up. I typically go Manta style first, just because it gives you the damage, the armor, because it's high agility. But you could also make a case for Lincoln Sphere. Lincoln Sphere would give you the survivability that you just wouldn't get really from a Manta style. So it's kind of a toss-up. Maybe get like Perseverance, get Yasha Perseverance, and then go Manta. It's hard to say. Try it out for yourselves, you know. There's lots of ways to kind of make this work. There's probably different builds you could go to. As long as you've got the attack speed and you've got the agility to keep up your damage early, then you can make it work. Unfortunately, it's not going to be super exciting, so maybe I'll look around the map just to see what's happening, because it is really just this kind of farming. And it may seem boring, but it really is for the benefit later on in the game. Because see, if I had been laning and they had been doing the 4-man strat, I would have had almost no chance to get farm. So it would have been completely detrimental. Being here in this kind of zone means that I'm uncontested. Nobody really thinks to check, oh, maybe they're, you know, taking ancients or whatnot, right? Very few people ever consider that. I think I've only ever been interrupted one time, and it was by like a roaming Mirana that didn't really care about levels.
Radiant's top tower is
and she
under
didn't
attack.
even set me back that much. And I guess one other thing to note is because mana shields early with your ult, if you ever do get into some sort of situation where you need to fight somebody, ult as soon as possible, because 200 mana is a lot with your mana pool, and taking any damage will immediately deplete your mana pool simply because of mana shield being on. So ult as soon as possible. That's the only real tip I can give until you get Lincoln Sphere or Manta Style, in which case your stats are a little bit better so you can handle it. Also, the Ancients give a lot of really, really good levels.
Radiant's top tower is
XP per minute, you can see I'm near the top, right? And these guys are solo laners. As long as you're stacking well and you're running to camps, and especially with the Hand of Midas, right? You get 2.5 times the experience. So you can really, really keep up to your team in XP as well as the other team in XP. So here I was considering doing something, but there's not much I can do here. I kind of just scare them off by letting them know I'm here.
Radiant's middle
I think if they had
tower is
turned
under
on me
attack.
harder, they probably would have killed me. And as you can see, my mana's gone. It saved me from taking extra damage, but now, you know, no mana. Gotta cut down the trees again. That's probably the most annoying part about all this. Let's really get some stats here. Yeah, see that's the most scary thing here. You just have to look out for. We do start working together to shut her down, and briefly, as you'll see. I'm just gonna speed it up a bit.
Radiant's
I know
middle
it's
tower
very
is under
much
attack.
the same thing over and over again. It's fun while you're playing it, not so much fun when you're watching the replay. So, and I'd rather you guys learn than, you know, watch me do it over and over again.
Was a secret I no longer have.
So also get the
Radiant's
courier
middle
to
tower is
ferry
under
you
attack.
stuff as much as possible, right? There's no reason to have to go back unless, you know, you're really, really low on health, or, you know, the Ancients just happen to be attacking you like the dragons through the wall more often than usual.
Radiant's top tower has
I'm not
fallen.
sure if I watch this team fight. Let's see.
Unstoppable double kill.
TA is a very frustrating hero. I tried to cut her off here, but I mean, I don't even think I would have had the damage for it. It's really, really difficult.
Radiant's
to do
middle
so
tower is under attack. Dire's
But
bottom
the
tower
tough part
is under
is
attack.
with the TA, a lot of people don't really know how to handle her because she has permanent invisibility in one spot, which is really powerful early. Minus armor, she's got damage stack. Her
Radiant's
first
top
skill or
tower is under
Q
attack.
also blocks damage sources, which is also really powerful unless you've got damage over time. If you're playing against the TA, I highly recommend something like an Orb of Venom, because then if you attack her, it starts to tick through the layers of her shield. Really, really powerful. Here I just decided to go back. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to miss the stack, so it's not a huge loss. As long as I can get the stack off,
Radiant's
then
middle
I didn't
tower
really miss
is under
anything.
attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And this isn't the first time I've done this Medusa game where the enemy team's really been pushing. I remember a game where we lost all but the mid-tier 2 tower. You know, like we were getting almost our racks pushed down. And I still managed to carry a game because
Radiant's middle
I just
tower
kept
has
roaming
fallen.
the jungle, getting as much farm as possible, and there's very few things in the game that can compete with a fully leveled, full item Medusa, like a 6-slotted Medusa. Insane. you're very, very hard to kill, and you do a lot of damage, especially in an AoE, right? 4 targets taking insane damage and slow in an AoE is insane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And so I went Yasha, and then I decided to get Treads. Gives me extra attack speed, movement speed, all good things, especially when I need to run between Ancients in the jungle so much. So really, really good stuff. This is usually the item progression I go for, so if you're going to try this out, go for something like this, and it will not fail you. Oh yeah, I was waiting for Treads. I was trying to stack this, but I'm pretty sure I failed. Yeah, that was a bit odd to me. And I did realize mid was down, so I guess I might as well farm mid too, but I kind of just auto-attacked. That's probably the only thing that could go wrong, is if you lose your mid tower too fast and they start, you know, using this high ground to gank your team. It starts to get kind of scary.
Fortified.
Also, I forgot here, you have to have wards in order to do this, just to kind of see what you're attacking. Otherwise, the trees and the fog of war, you won't be able to attack them. So just remember, at 14 minutes usually, because the wards last about 7 minutes each, you will need new wards. And then the trees started respawning, but I just wanted to make sure I got the stack off.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
And our axe was doing pretty well, so it kind of balanced out Templar Assassin. We just needed axe to kind of carry early game, not get too out of control. But again, like as you can see, they're really, really roaming as 5. So
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is very difficult to play against
Radiant's
when you
bottom
need
tower
somebody
has
to get as much farm as possible. None of their heroes on their team are really playing anyone who needs enough time to farm. So I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna speed it up a bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You just hand a Midas that. I'm gonna go back.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle
As you can see, it's a lot easier
fallen.
now to start clearing these camps. Like I can take it out well before the next respawn timer. So now is where I gotta really start roaming between the jungles. Yeah, and this was a pretty scary moment. I saw she was coming, I tried to duck into the trees. I saw she attacked me, so immediately ult. I managed to get both of them with my ult, so somehow I'm gonna... Oh yeah, I forget. I don't live. Never mind. Yeah. She got her blink dagger, so that was pretty bad. I did purchase my ultimate orb, so I didn't really have any... I didn't really lose very much gold. She still gets the bounty, obviously, but I didn't really lose very much from that.
Dominating.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the deny. I think that was the only thing that really worried me late game, was they have Omni Knight's ult, which prevents auto attack damage, which is almost entirely my source of damage late game. So there's the period of time for which it lasts, like I can check. 7 seconds, possibly max level, through which they will take almost no damage from me. But I wasn't too worried, because Medusa also gets very hard to kill. You're not a glass cannon as Medusa. It's gonna be the same with Spectre. Most of the hard carries in this game are really, really powerful. Like they're not, one shot, and if they get countered, they die. They really are here to tank and carry and win games. Medusa's no exception. And these treants are actually worth a lot of gold. Especially collectively, if he's just gonna let them sit there and let me take them. They're worth a lot of experience and gold, so. bonus to me. Almost have my Mantis style now, so I'm just going to speed it up.
Haste.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And my team did do a good
Dire's
job. Like,
top
we've taken
tower has
bot
fallen.
for tier 2 and mid tier 1. Sorry, bot tier 1 and mid tier 1. So,
Mega
not
kill.
too bad. We're not losing too bad. My friend almost stole that from me. And here I believe I was playing with a full party. Yeah, I was a full stack of 5 in this game. So I just communicated with them beforehand what I was doing. And that was kind of a mistake. I was hoping I would get off my attack so it would cancel her Blink Dagger. But it just was not working out, so... And mana like that always helps. Because mana just makes you more tanky. It's like giving me a speed or a health boost, right? It just, there's like almost nothing better. So we know she's there, not much we can do about it. She's just remelding and everything every time. And we happen to get an axe call. And we get her. So that was really helpful. That was the shutdown we needed. So here I can purchase part of... I usually go Perseverance first. Especially mana regen. Makes you a lot tankier. And usually, like for Hand of Midas, you want to use it as often as possible, like whenever it's off cooldown. But if you are farming Ancients, usually it's better to just farm out the Ancients and then use your Hand of Midas. So here, I could have been using my time better, but by the time it would take to walk to the jungle and back, it's probably better to have just taken the Ancients. Okay, speed it up a bit more. So as you can see, we're coming on 20-25 minutes. I'm not too far away from my Lincoln Sphere now. And with the Hand of Midas, I really kind of have the late game locked down too. The only good thing about lanes pushing like this, like if top lane pushes, means it also becomes another avenue for me to farm. So that's just better and better. As long as you don't get pushed too far. So we got a Perseverance here. Makes me a lot tankier because of the regen. And any sort of mana regen also makes you just even harder and harder to kill.
Invisibility.
So Ancients become really easy to farm. And you really gotta decide what you want to go in on for some of these situations. Like, I really wanted to fight, but I did not want to fight, you know, their TA, who at this point is doing a ton of damage. If I can fight with Axe, especially with Axe tanking, go for it. That's the kind of plays you want. Or if you've got a team that's got like a Tidebringer, or sorry, Tidehunter, wow, I'm blanking on my names right now. Tidehunter or an Earthshaker, and they can do the CC that you need to really kind of team fight. It's fantastic. Also, that kind of reminds me, one of the best combos. Hey, wow, they had a ward here, and they didn't try to stop me. That's odd. But one of the things I noticed was one of my games when I played with Medusa, one of the best combos I've seen so far on Medusa was when you combine Medusa with Dazzle. Because Dazzle's ultimate, like, increases your armor, like, by an immense amount. It's crazy, and by the time it comes up to almost like plus 24 armor for you. By the time his ult actually wears off, it's almost off cooldown again. So he can keep you at this bonus armor level, and especially in teamfights because it lowers the enemy armor. And I remember reading they kind of have armor working a bit differently in this game as of right now, where armor actually does the reverse of, like, negative armor does the reverse of armor. So it actually makes you do more damage than what you're outputting. So obviously the minus armor is incredible, and then the plus armor for you is incredible. You start destroying entire teams by yourself. But obviously that's situational if you have a Dazzle on your team. But highly recommended. So here I just ult immediately. It lowers my mana by a lot, but it gives really good CC.
Without fear, my purified.
And I am hitting pretty hard, and I've got good attack speed, especially when combined with the CC on my team. Like, Disruptor ult is absolutely incredible. The only thing is, I just have really, besides my ult, no CC of my own. Like, they kind of just ignore me in this fight, which is, it's frustrating to deal with as a Medusa. You're just kind of sitting here while slowly auto-attacking people. You know, we knew we had her almost dead, but I saw this guy low health. I thought I could have killed him. Unfortunately, I think I needed one more auto-attack. I missed that one too.
Dominating. No
And she ends up killing Disruptor. She's just too frustrating of a target to kill right now until we've got like a gem or some other sort of, you know, vision or something to just stop her. You know, just me and Disruptor and things like his ult on cooldown. It just wasn't enough. And Meld's on a really low cooldown, so it's just, it'd be frustrating to go against. Especially because it's burst damage every time, right? So this is definitely not the most exciting. You really only need to see the beginning to kind of see where this is going. The end of this is just to show you that you really can carry. Like, this is actually like really powerful. If anybody here has played a late game Medusa,
is under attack.
So here, I finally got my Lincoln Sphere, and I've got my Manta Style, so now I can really start fighting. It's not like I'm doing an incredible amount of damage, but I'm very hard to kill, and once I get something like a butterfly or whatnot, then I become almost impossible to kill. Like, look at this. She does insane damage to everybody else, but she cannot kill me. And that does not hit invisible. And there we go, that's what we needed. We just need Axe to give the CC so that I can actually stand there and attack her and she's not constantly using Meld every time. And there we go. Double kill. That gave me a ton of gold. I now almost have an Eagle Song. Just gotta farm a bit more. So that was a fantastic fight. So speed it up a bit. I just farm until I get
top tower is under attack.
More agility with the Eagle Song. And I mean, at this point, you can farm anywhere. You can farm any part of the jungle. You have the damage and the attack speed to farm everything. So absolutely go for it. So I got my Eagle Song. I don't know if I pick it up before the fight. Yes, I do. I run straight for it. Or no, I get the courier to get it. I cut down that tree. Didn't really need to. So here's the fight. My team's done a good job of shutting everyone else down. I'm just here. I have to get the TA. That stun was fantastic. And there's the sentry. Easy kill.
Unstoppable double kill.
Where my gaze.
So I'm just gonna look at some stats now. So see, she's got 20 kills. She's got really good items. Like, she's got crit, BKB, blink. Like, she's got really good items, really good levels. But she just cannot compete with a Medusa that has items. And especially if my team is. Yeah, that's probably my favorite reason for playing Disruptor. I love his quotes. From Upland Druid. Always try to go high ground just because of the mischance. This is what Manta Style is really good with. And look at this, last hits, despite us being pushed, despite all of our towers being pushed down, we really managed to just like put it together as a team. Ton of last hits. Even Nature's Prophet, known for like having the highest last hits in the game, just as a general hero, still getting out farmed, which is crazy. And here you can see I completely trade with him. This was just supposed to fight him. So unfortunately they just keep picking off my teammates, so I just have to sit here and fight it out. But look at this. I'm not even ulting. I should be ulting. They also seem to think that Omni Knight's Repel prevents them from being auto-attacked by me. It does not. And she kind of went a predictable route.
Dyer's
like it still
middle
hits her
barracks
through
are under attack.
That's it. She BKB'd too. There is nothing they can do to me, and it's only gonna get worse. That was without any sort of evasion.
Under attack.
The moment you let us get to late game. That's absolutely right. That is, and she's gonna blame her team, as you'll see. She completely blames her team, but it truly they should have won it early. They made no attempt to shut me down. I get the courier. They really can't kill me. And unfortunately, something happens here. I was really of the assumption that my butterfly was coming to me. I know my teammate recruited to get the pipe, but I thought it was coming to me, and I clicked on me, but instead the courier walks up to me but doesn't deliver my butterfly. So I don't have the evasion in this fight, and I didn't ult. So I made several big mistakes. I ended up dying for it, and at least the courier didn't die for it. So, but if two things had happened there, I should have realized my ult was off cooldown and used it. I definitely could have taken them. And then the butterfly evasion is absolutely fantastic, especially because TA gets bonus damage for meld on her next auto attack. If I happen to dodge that auto attack, it doesn't matter how much bonus damage she has, it's going to do nothing. So TA is kind of a one-shot hero, and if I happen to get lucky with evasion, she stands no chance. But I wasn't too worried, and next I decided to go for Eye of Scotty because stats and just general tankiness, as well as the slows on the auto attack, are fantastic. Just all around a fantastic item on Medusa. I'm gonna speed it up. My team's just kind of waiting and stopping push until I get back up, so. Here we go. Got my butterfly, Lincoln's.
Radiant's middle
so I
tower
hurt
is
right
under
now.
attack.
Also, I'll talk about it after this team fight. I think, unless they scatter. Okay, I'll just talk about it briefly. Mana Shield by default is off, so if something like, if you have Aegis and it pops, you have to remember to turn the Mana Shield back on, or if you respawn, you gotta turn it back on. I have died quite a few times because I respawn in the base and I walk out going to fight somebody like a TP in, and I didn't have my Mana Shield on, so I die very, very quickly. Your Mana Shield is kind of like a second bar of health. You think of like your mana as a second bar of health. And my friend's messing with me. Happens a lot. It's pretty funny. I even remember a Spectre game where I was almost diving the fountain. We had finally just pushed down the second racks, and friend playing Earth Spirit kicks me into the fountain and I die. And my bounty at that point was like through the roof because I almost had like 30 kills. Someone got like 1,500 gold from one kill on me. So we were just making sure they weren't going for Roshan because this game was kind of close. Also, you can see how well Medusa farms here. It's nuts. Once you've got attack speed, there's nothing that can stop you. But we were just making sure they weren't taking Roshan, but they were also scouting it out, so I think they were assuming we were going to take it. So I can't remember what happens here, if they end up taking it or if we just end up having a team fight. But yeah, at this point, because of the items I have, I really just... I can sit and wait. Yeah, so it looks like they take Roche. We were talking about warding it, but they end up just taking it really fast. But at this point, kind of the later it goes, the better items I get. Like, I can still get an Eye of Scotty. A Rapier is amazing. There's a few heroes in this game, almost all hard carries, that really benefit from Rapiers. Because Medusa will do Rapier damage to 4 targets in an AoE, which is insane damage. So like Medusa, Gyrocopter, I'd even argue Weaver, because having 2 auto attacks that do Rapier damage, it's insane. So Medusa's definitely a Rapier contender. But you can also get something like a Mjolnir, just gives you even more AoE team fight. You could get a Heart if you want to be tankier, but I think honestly Eye of Scotty kind of covers you for that. There's really lots of items. Anything you would normally go on like a stats type hero. MKB also works. So here, this is all just gold. Nice gold. So here I'm finishing off my Eye of Scotty. I should also have saved for buyback, but I wasn't too worried. Especially not with the Eye of Scotty. That's a lot. 25 doll attributes, a lot of health, a lot of mana, and then attack speed and a movement speed slow. That's just insane. So here it looks like we're grouping up to fight. I'm just kind of pushing the waves until it looks like we are going to fight, and then here it starts to go off. That was an odd blade battlefield. Blade mail. But look at this absolute damage. There is that's a fantastic combo. Disruptor ult, so she can't use meld, she can't use blink. There is absolutely nothing in there she can do, and then I just do all my damage. And that's all it takes. There is nothing they can do against that. We even burned Aegis and didn't lose a single person. I even got to the team fight late. So because we took out 3 people, and I know it's only a Prophet and an Omni Knight, I decided to push another lane. Because there's a good chance at this point we could just take 2 racks, maybe even all 3, and then just win the game. And I set my sights on a Rapier, as I mentioned.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I just think this is the better thing all around. We get some extra gold
Dire's
from towers.
bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks
And because
has
of
fallen.
they only had 2 people left,
Dire's
there's a fairly
middle
good chance
barracks
my
are under
teammates should
attack.
be able to push down mid. So I sell that.
Dire's middle barracks has
And
fallen.
I think I see the courier here, and I just send it to the side shop to wait for me. Can't remember if I do that now.
Killing spree. Own it.
We get high ground in the Manta style. And there we go. As you can see, like, my teammates already taking the racks. They're
Dire's
already kind of
bottom
diving
tower
them in
is
the
under
corner.
attack.
And I'm just taking it all
Double
out.
kill.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
So I definitely could have been helping here a lot more than I did.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Not too worried. Here, Lifestealer doesn't stand a chance. This is TA coming in.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
My friend he throws down some vision here, or he's got some dust. And the BKB and everything, complete waste. It really did nothing for them.
Double kill.
And someone kept messing with the courier again, but there's the
Dire's
rapier.
structures are fortified.
So you can see how hard I'm hitting right now. This is even with split shot damage. You can also combine this with other spells like Drow's passive, or if you can have like a Vengeful Spirit, her passive
Dire's
increases
middle
your
tower
damage
is
by
under
a
attack.
percentage, which is insane. Also here, I was so far ahead and doing so well, I was just determined to kill every moonwell, every building in this base, so that's what I did. And we had all lane lanes pushing, so... Yeah, there's not too much to it, guys. Just gotta find the space to farm. And that is my favorite way to do it. I just make sure I let the team know that I'm jungling, and then I just do that strat. There's really nothing to it. And you can get to this late game point here. No
Dire's
problems.
top barracks are under attack. Dire's
So,
top
I don't know if you guys
barracks
have any
has fallen. The Radiant
questions,
now have
you can
mega
write them in the
creeps.
comments section and I can reply to them. But Navi also has a brief video posted, so you can check that out too. Also, Lincoln's is just fantastic. All around. Like that's meteor damage right there, guys. I've pretty much regened it off. And that's the other thing I always find funny is that half the time people die just watching, you know, their teammates try to kill me just because of the split shot. You underestimate how much damage I do in an AoE. So, yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know there's a lot more farming in this one. The Spectre game has like almost no farming, so when I get that up, I think you guys will enjoy it even more. But you can get to this point. This was a really fun game. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, I got some more videos coming up soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.